The Committee on Parole is reconvening. It's 12:09. Would the offender please state your name and your DOC number?
Kevin Anthony Martin, DOC number 624583.
Thank you, Mr. Martin. My name is Alvin Roche. To my left is Ms. Pearl Wise. To my right is Mr. Pete Freeman. We're here for a parole hearing. Let me explain the process to you. I will read some information into the record. Once that information is in the record, we'll conduct a parole interview with you. At the appropriate time, we'll ask Warden Meyer for comments, concerns, observations, and then you have some guests present. Mrs. Anderson, the aunt of your children, Ms. Era Martin, your mother, Ms. Kevia Martin, your sister, Ms. Cassidy Anderson, the mother of your children, Douglas Anderson, your grandfather of your children, Ms. Veronica Johnson, your sister-in-law, Brittany Staten, a friend of the families, Antoine Martin, your brother, Susan Gilbert, the grandmother of children, Douglas Anderson, uncle of your sons, and Mr. Cameron Martin, your son. Your mother will be speaking. Ms. Kiva Martin, your sister, will be speaking, and Ms. Cassidy Anderson, the mother of your children, will be speaking. In opposition, we have Mr. Randall Meyer, Assistant District Attorney in Jefferson Parish, that would like to make a statement at the appropriate time. As all these individuals are finished with their statements, we'll give you a brief time where you can give a statement on your behalf. Do you understand the process?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Martin, you are currently, what, 36 years old? Mr. Martin, you're currently 36 years old?
Yes, sir.
And your first felony offender, your offense is racketeering. You were sentenced on January 5th, 2017, and you received a 10-year sentence. Also, you were sentenced on January 5th, 2017, and you were billed as an habitual offender for theft. You received 10 years, and that was running concurrently with the racketeering. And you were sentenced, and you had an original sentence in Orleans Parish on May 21st, 2014, and that was a simple damage to property where you got a 2-year sentence. With that sentence, and you were probably suspended, and you violated your supervision, and you were revoked on October 6, 2016, because you had committed another felony offense. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And you had and that was a 2-year sentence. So that was ordered to be served and run consecutive with the 10-year sentence. So your total sentence is 12 years. Is that correct?
sir.
Your parole date was April 5th, 2019. Your adjusted good time date, February 26th, 2026. And your full term date, March 26th, 2028. Is all this information correct?
Sure.
Speak up, young man.
Sir.
Is all this information correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's much better. Your case has been assigned to Mr. Freeman. Would you please answer Mr. Freeman's questions?
Okay, Mr. Martin, how old are you?
36,
And how long have you spent in jail on this charge?
7 years and 3 months, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. What's your educational level?
Well,
What was that you said, 12?
yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
Where you graduated from?
John F. Kennedy.
Okay. You charged with racketeering. Looked like y'all had a theft ring going on with cars. Tell me what was your involvement in that ring?
My involvement was I was helping people launder their money and helping them buy high-end cars and doing insurance scams and transporting the largest amount of money.
Okay. Tell me about this domestic abuse battery on Miss Lee.
That was my girlfriend, and I was trying to get my things out the house, and I pulled the door handles off her vehicle.
Did you do damage to the car?
Yes, sir. I took 4 of the door handles off.
Okay, you have a pretty good juvenile record. Criminal mischief, curfew violation, gambling in public, simple battery, possession of stolen property, and simple battery. That was all as a juvenile. There wasn't any records found on that. Your adult record is lengthy, to say the least. How long have you been involved in criminal activity? How old were you when you first got arrested?
At the age of 18, my real arrest record as an adult was 18.
Okay, so you went right from a juvenile to an adult, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you have opposition. The judge is unopposed, Miss Lori White, judge in New Orleans. District attorney doesn't make a comment. Your family's unopposed, that's your mother. And there is restitution. Miss Lee is mentioned restitution. You know, your rap sheet, I'm looking at it, and it's a lot of violent offenses. In 1204, you were arrested for 2 counts, first-degree murder. What was that about? Even though the charges were refused, what were you accused of doing?
I was accused of killing somebody, of a carjacking was supposed to go on, and they say I killed somebody, but I actually didn't.
Okay, did you carjack the car or not?
So the car never was taken.
Okay. Then you had an aggravated battery in 2006. It was refused. What was that about?
2006, I was locked up, sir.
Ag battery, 9/8/2006, New Orleans Police Department is refused.
2006, I was locked up, sir. was in, I want to say I was in HOD, the House of Detention in New Orleans, if I'm not mistaken. I think I was locked up there, sir.
Okay, what about this other domestic abuse battery charge in 2010? There was no problem. What was that about?
Say that again, run that by me again, sir.
2010, arrested for domestic abuse battery.
Probably me and my girlfriend getting into it again.
Was it the same woman?
I'm not sure. I don't want to lie. I'm not sure.
Okay, and you violated a protection order when doing that. What have you done about these anger issues? Have you taken any classes to address your anger?
Yes, sir. Anger management.
What did you learn from anger management?
Learn from anger management. You got to learn how to control your temper and walk away from a situation. You know, people will do things to make you act out. You just ignore the whole situation. Continue on about your business. Just leave. In this situation you've be put in, you know, you can avoid it. You can avoid it by leaving. Leave. Don't say nothing.
You had a hearing in 2018. What class have you taken since then?
I took anger management again, pre-release. I'm in nurturing and parenting right now. Right, that's it so far, and I have my certification for my forklift. I just received that 2 days ago, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. Have you ever used drugs, alcohol?
No, sir. No, sir.
Okay. Drugs, no alcohol. What's your transition plan?
Transition plan is,
Yeah.
I can hear you. Repeat that again.
Where will you live if you are to be released?
I will go by my mother until I get situated and start back working and everything. Now I stay there until I get everything back going again and get situated.
Okay. You had one write-up, which is good, but it was in 7 of 20 for fighting. What was that about?
A misunderstanding with me standing by the water fountain could have been avoided. Guy got up, acting out. I left that morning, started back, we started fighting.
Y'all just went at it when y'all got back around each other?
Yes, sir. I take full responsibility. If I would have done like I was supposed to do and tell the higher authority, it could have been avoided. It could have been avoided, but I didn't. Take full responsibility.
Are you in AA and NA?
I took that, sir,
Okay, why did you take it if you don't have a drug problem?
because you don't necessarily have to have a drug problem to have a problem. Your addiction or your problem could be anything.
Okay.
And I have
Good answer. What's your problem? What's your addiction?
my addiction was having large amounts of money and multiple women.
Okay, I think you're being honest there too. Why should I let you out?
I take full
Tell me that.
responsibility.
Give Mr. Freeman a reason to let you out of prison.
I take full responsibility for everything I ever committed, everything I ever done. I'm sorry that it happened. Sorry to my parents and everybody on this board. And help my children's mother with my children and continue on with my life and make sure they have a better life and they don't do the things I've done. I don't want the cycle to repeat itself. I missed out on a lot of things as far as graduations, My son's in high school now. I don't want to miss no more graduations of them going to college or nothing. I don't want the cycle to repeat itself.
How many kids do you have?
I have 5 kids,
How many different parents? How many different mothers?
2.
Many two?
I have 4 by 1 woman and 1 by 1.
Okay, and you have contact with your kids, with all of them?
Talk to them all almost every day.
That's a good thing. That's a good thing. Warden, what can you tell me about, Mr. Martin?
Well, Mr. Freeman, obviously in the last answer, he's enrolled in nurturing parent as he should be. So I obviously want to see him complete that class. You know, he, as you mentioned, he only has 1 write-up since he's been with us, which is good. Misunderstandings do happen in prison. But conduct records decent. He's had some good programming, but I'd like to see him complete the nurturing parent. And I also believe victim impact would be very beneficial for him because of, you know, all of the domestic violence, different things. All of, you know, he had a lot of victims, and so we can get him in that. So, you know, if the board sees fit to grant him, maybe it could be with the stipulation that he complete that prior to. I'd make sure he was enrolled in the next class.
I think, Ward, y'all have a detainer on him from Mississippi?
There he is. Yes, sir. There is an open detainer. And I
Okay.
believe it's connected with a lot of this stuff that he's incarcerated.
Okay. All right. That's all the questions I have, Mr. Roche. I'll make a recommendation at the proper time.
What do you do at Prison Enterprise? What do you do every day now?
I used to sew clothes for the garment factory, make clothes for other prisons.
Okay.
That's what they do over there.
Now, what's your job now?
Well, I'm a Dom Marley. I'm a Dom Marley right now.
Okay, so what happened to that job in Prison Enterprise?
I lost my job. They say lack of work. That what they say, lack of work.
Oh, okay. Okay. Because you done it for about 3 years, huh? A sewing machine operator.
Yes, ma'am. I'm planning on going back also,
Going back to where?
back to Prison Enterprise, to the garment
When?
factory.
When?
I'll try to get in there as soon as possible.
Oh, okay, okay. Oh, they said you weren't keeping up with production, huh?
Probably moving a little bit slow. You have your days.
Oh, okay, okay. That's true. That's true. All right, that's all I had, Tim.
Mr. Martin,
Yes, sir.
a young man, you got a bad memory. When Mr. Freeman asked you, why were you arrested in June of 2006? You said you were incarcerated.
Yes, sir.
According to your master record, you were released from the Orleans Parish Justice Center on February 3rd, 2006. And you weren't reincarcerated until your conviction in Jefferson Parish in 2014. So you were released, and you probably did get arrested for aggravated battery. Do you remember what that was for?
To my knowledge, 2006, I was locked up, right? And got out in 2007.
No, 2006.
I couldn't,
Released 2/13.
couldn't have been.
Okay, but what I'm saying is, you're released from the Orleans Justice Center on February 13, 2006.
2006, I'm not arguing, sir. I'm not talking back. I never was released. I never was released. I didn't get relief, released.
Sir, the record is incorrect. I'm reading from the record. Warden Meyer, do you have the same thing?
Well, yes, sir. My records, officer can help you out a little bit with that, I believe.
Yeah, so at the time, it was a evac transfer, so they to keep pretrial, to know where they're going back and forth when they need a evac and everything like that, they make them their tran, but they closed out him when he got back. So that doesn't mean he released from jail, that just means that he wasn't being looked at as a DOC offender at the moment.
And the next record we have of him is in Jefferson Parish in 2014. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Okay, sir, sir, I got, while you're there, sir, on that screen, they got extradition also listed. So explain why that's posted like that. 'Cause that's new for me.
Where's
On
that?
file, on his transfer screen, they got extradition in Mississippi. Is that because the paperwork was done or what? See,
What year?
513 on the transfer screen, 5/13/22, extradition Mississippi, and then 5/25/22.
They extradited it back to the charges.
Yeah, he went to court in Mississippi and then was brought back to Louisiana.
Oh, okay, I just want to be sure, okay. Right,
Okay. Let's hear from Ms. Ariel Martin. His mother, would you please open your mic? Ms. Martin? Yes, ma'am. You muted again. There you
Hello?
go. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Could you give us your statement, please?
Sound like it's breaking up. I'm at work. I'm working on the Navy base, Bell Chase, and it got bad connection, sir. I barely can hear you.
Okay. Give us
Hello?
your statement. Give us your statement.
Give you one, sir. I can't hear you.
What would you like us to know about your son?
About myself?
Are you about your son?
by Kevin Martin.
Oh, my son? Yes, my son, he is a good son. And I'm just ready for him to come home and do what he have to do with his kids and everything. We miss him a whole lot. They miss him, the whole family miss him, and I just pray and hope he come home with us and do what he have to do, take care of his kids.
Thank you, Ms. Martin.
Thank you, welcome, sir.
Okay, well, Ms. Kevia Martin, open your mic, please. Ms. Kevia Martin.
Oh, she's coming. He's coming. He's coming, sorry. He's gonna get done.
Ms. Kevia Martin.
Still looking. There she goes.
Ms. Martin. Would you unmute your mic? Would you please unmute the mic? Let's go to Ms. Cassidy Anderson. Ms. Anderson, would you please open your mic?
Won't do it.
Ms. Anderson, you're still muted.
Hi,
How you doing? Ms. Anderson, would you please give us your statement?
I am the mother of Kevin's 4 kids. It's been a long time trying to raise 4 boys on my own without the help of their father, just verbal communication. Our kids are older now. Kevin and I have had issues in the past. I think Kevin has overcome his issues. He's been dealing with anger better. He's matured over the past 7 years. I mean, I have times where the kids are really depressed because they want their daddy and they can't have him. We have athletic boys. I have had a child to have to go through anger management classes because he's at the football games and he's at practice and he have his peers that have their dad there, but he don't have his dad. He has 4 successful boys. I mean, they're not in the streets. They, like I said, they play sports, but it's hard doing it by myself. In a world we're living in today, they could be doing other things, but they chose the right path, but they do miss their dad. They do miss their dad. And I wish that you all would allow the kids a chance. His clemency isn't until 2026. I believe that's what you said. In 2026, his oldest son will be graduating high school. Kevin will miss all of that with his kids. And it makes me emotional because my kids want their daddy there. And it's normally I can control things when they're unhappy, but this is something I can't control. And I know with him speaking to them and seeing the milestones that they're making and improving and accomplishing, and he's not there to be with them, it makes him emotional as well. So yeah, I just would like him, before he went, I know that he was into trucking, ready to learn how to drive 18-wheelers. I hope he could get back into that and take care of his boys with me. It's a real struggle with the kids, but I got it. Yeah.
Thank you, Ms. Cassidy.
You're welcome.
Now, let's try to get Ms. Kiva Martin. Ms. Martin. Give us your statement, Ms. Martin.
I'm just ready for Kevin to make it home. We all miss him, and he been gone for too long. And like Chastity said, he have 4 boys, and he have a daughter as well. So we all need him to come home, like, cause he just been locked down for too long, and we miss him.
Thank you, Ms. Martin.
You're welcome.
Kevin, would you like to give us a brief? Well, 1 second, Kevin, before you give that statement. I want to recognize Mr. Randall Myers, Assistant District Attorney from Jefferson Parish, this time. Mr. Myers.
Good morning, Randall Myers, Assistant DA, Jefferson Parish, and we're opposed at this time. He has that extradition open. Is had limited programming, only anger management and pre-release. He had agreed, the record in there says he had agreed to go to Blue Walters, and I don't see in the record anywhere that he has gone to Blue Walters, that he's completed Blue Walters. He's got an extensive and violent criminal record and poor supervision. So for those reasons, we would be opposed to his request, and that if he is released at some point, we would ask that the restitution be ordered. Thanks.
Thank you, Mr. Myers. Now, Kevin, give us a brief statement.
Thank y'all for giving me another shot. I'm asking y'all, can y'all please give me a chance? Just give me one chance. That's all I'm asking, please. I take full responsibility, everything I ever done. I'm just asking y'all, please give me a shot. That's all I want. I just want one shot. This is one. That's all I'm asking for. Thank y'all so much.
Thank you, Kevin. Is the panel ready to vote?
Yes.
Mr. Freeman.
Okay, Kevin, listen to you today. You know, you've had lengthy criminal history, although you're still just the first felony offender. My vote today is I'm gonna take a chance. I'm gonna grant you parole conditionally on you completing the parenting class and a victim impact program, which I'm sure the warden will get you into immediately. Once you are released from Mississippi and come back here within 2 weeks, I want you to report to the New Orleans Day Reporting Center for an evaluation to see if you need any more anger management or domestic abuse classes. I also ordered a probation office to determine restitution to the victim.
Thank you, Mr. Freeman. Ms. White.
Kevin, I was on the panel, back in 2019, when you came, and I voted to grant, and that's my vote again this time. I'm glad that you kept it, you stayed positive. You didn't get any write-ups. The warden still had positive comments about you, and you still got good family support. So my vote is to grant as well. I concur with the conditions set by Mr. Freeman, with the added condition that I want you to enroll in general counseling. That's to begin about 6 months after release. And one thing about working with the counselor, if you don't jive with that counselor, fire that counselor and get somebody else. Because you need a counselor you can really talk to. And that's gonna be important because you got all those eyes looking at you with all those kids looking at you, and you need a place and you can get the help that you need as an individual. Good best wishes to you, sir.
Thank you.
Mr. Martin, we have received 2 votes to grant your request. I'm really torn between giving you more time. You need substance abuse, you need victim awareness, you need a lot of things, Kevin. But I'm going to agree with my colleagues, and I'm going to vote to grant you conditionally upon completing the parenting class and the victim impact class and any other program that Warden Myers think you need and you can complete in 9 months.
Okay,
After completing those programs, you will be released. Upon release, I want you to have a curfew from 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. I want you to enroll in general counseling. I want you to report to the New Orleans Day Reporting Center, where you will get a evaluation for substance abuse and domestic abuse. And I want you to follow all recommendations of those evaluations. Do you understand the conditions?
yes, sir.
Mr. Martin, you have been issued a golden ticket. It's left up to you whether you use it or you abuse it. If you abuse that golden ticket, you will be right back sitting next to Warden Myers in the next 5 or 10 years. You understand?
Yes, sir.
You have received 3 votes to grant your release conditionally upon completing a program that you enrolled in, plus victim impact or any other program Warden Myers thinks you need to complete. Good luck.
Thank you. Thank y'all so much.